Port Angeles into the lineup with a couple of new guys, I believe. 67, Dwayne Sukert, who hasn't seen a lot of action, a big guy, going over 300 pounds into the lineup for the Riders. Sequim will start at their own 37-yard line after that safety. And I imagine they'll keep the ball on the ground. Kenny Hall, huge hole. Mike Reese. Number 5 hits number 5. Casey Crum takes him down.
First down, Sequim.
17 yards on the pickup. Last 2 times Mike Reese has touched the football on offense, he's reeled off 25 and 17 yards respectively. And give him the ball a little bit more. He's a great blocker. He does a good job blocking for Brian Savage. But he's showing he can also run with the football. And there's Mr. Sukert jumping off sides. One of the highlights of the rivalry here, Port Angeles versus Sequim, going back to 1989. With 1 minute to go in the game, Port Angeles picked up a fumble, was running for a touchdown, and a Sequim player came off the bench and tackled the player, preventing the touchdown. Mr. Brian Savage, as he is hog-tied there and knocked down after a first down and a big gain. 8 yards on the play.
It's the old Woody Hayes plays. Isn't that Ohio State? Didn't he do that once?
Yeah. I think he actually punched a guy that intercepted a pass or something. There have been some excitement in the rivalry as Frank Prince told us about some things one year when Sequim burned their logo on Port Angeles' practice field, and then the PA kids blew up the Sequim reader board. And that's a serious rivalry when it comes down to things like that. Well, quite frankly, I've lost total track of all the penalties. I was going to try to add these up, Tom, but I don't think I'm that good of a statistician.
Well, I don't think we need a calculator up here for this.
Nice gain for Brian Savage again as he's racking up a lot of yards. And I tell you, Coach Wicker might want to think about getting him out of the ball game because I don't think I want him to get injured, as we do have a Sequim player on the ground. But that's the end of the third quarter. A look at the scoreboard. It's Sequim 30, Port Angeles 6. You're watching the high school game of the week on the Peninsula News Network.
Enjoy great views, great food, great service, and great atmosphere at Landing's Restaurant.
What are you in the mood for?
An award-winning fish and chips dinner?
Maybe a gourmet burger on the patio.
Perhaps a mimosa or a visit to our new Bloody Mary bar on Saturdays and Sundays.
How about a chicken salad and a smoothie from our good-to-go espresso bar?
Spreading our wings, trying new things. Landing's Restaurant, on the waterfront next to the Victoria Ferries.
Olympic Eye Care Center treats eye disease such as pink eye, cataracts, glaucoma, and others. We also provide care if your eyes are affected by injury or illness. When it comes to your eyes, see an optometric physician at Olympic Eye Care Center.
Start of the fourth quarter as Sequim has the ball at the Port Angeles 29-yard line. 2nd and 6 on the play. Brian Savage is knocked down there by Ty Sheets as he's close to the first down, about a yard and a half away, as the rain is coming down pretty heavy now. First good rain we've had here in Port Angeles in a while. So Civic Field taking this moisture very well. Give it another month or two and it might get pretty sloppy, but right now it's pretty nice. Kenny Hall has gone all the way at quarterback for the Wolves. Here's Tim Sutton. He might go all the way. Gets through a couple of arm tackles and another touchdown for the Wolves. 26 yards for Tim Sutton. Pretty poor tackling by the Riders on that one. As they will give Evan Still a chance to kick the extra point this time instead of going for 2. And it's up and good. And so with 11 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the game, it's now Sequim 37 and Port Angeles 6. You're watching the high school game of the week on the Peninsula News Network.
Now is the time to sell your property. With continued low interest rates and fewer listings available, we have motivated buyers for your home or land. Like our moving van says, moving day is closer than you think at RE/MAX Performance Team.
Fast, friendly service, and plenty of pump is the name of the game at Lovell's Roadrunner 76 Food Mart. Quick stop, fuel up, and shop. Lovell's Roadrunner keeps any wild coyote from running on empty. Lovell's Roadrunner 76 Food Mart, located at 1023 East Front in Port Angeles.
Evan Still to kick off now with a 37-6 lead for Sequim. As Port Angeles can't seem to do much of anything right. And over the pile goes Matt Potter with the run back and brings it out to about the 24-yard line. Sequim has scored all 3 possessions of the second half. They have touchdowns and they've tacked on a 2-point safety. Rough Riders to the line. Boudreau still in at quarterback for Port Angeles as Curtis Stimbert, the lone back in the backfield. As they throw it short there to Chris Darling, as he just did not get the ball out there to him. Port Angeles may put it up in the air every down now. Kevin Konopaski late getting back to the huddle as there is a throwing around a piece of equipment somehow. Well, a very poor start for Port Angeles and the new coach, Don Frisell. I'm not sure what he's thinking right now as far as the disappointment that Port Angeles has. Here's Boudreau on the option play as they do run the football, and a good 5-yard gain there, and another penalty flag. That might have been a late hit there.
All right, you can look at a game and you can tell yourself, my goodness, did we do anything right at the game? But when they look at the films tomorrow, they're going to see some good individual performances from Justin, from Konopaski, Ty Sheets has done some good work in there, the inside line and the defensive line, and they'll build on that for the next game. But they definitely do need to do the work. They're going to have to work on their tackling, and I think they're going to have to work on their inside offensive line blocking.
And you only have a week to work on those things, and guess what? One of the top football programs in the entire state, and 4A nonetheless, is next up in South Kitsap, and you're going there to play, and that's
exactly
it. Gotta be a a huge mountain to climb there for Port Angeles, really. You'd have to see a complete miracle turnaround in 1 week in order to do something like that, to even play with South Kitsap.
Well, I think when they come to practice tomorrow, and they will be practicing tomorrow, looking at some game films, they'll highlight the positives. They'll tell the kids that we've got some things to work on, and I think the goal next week will be to put some consistent offensive drives together. Whether they score or not, or score a lot, I don't think will be important.
Yeah.
I think the drives are important.
Another penalty coming maybe here for not enough guys on the line. No, they're not going to call it. Nice toss. Completed there from Boudreau to Chris Darling. Actually, Port Angeles has quite a few guys out here playing football for the first time.
And I think that's a plus for the program. A high school the size of Port Angeles should be able to put 50 people in football uniforms every year. And it'll take some time, but like I said at the onset, the kids are having fun playing football this year.
Nowhere for Stimbert to go, as guess who? Mike Reese is there to meet him and knock him down for no gain. Sequim hasn't stopped playing, that's for sure. They have their starters in there still, as they're going to make sure this is a thorough shellacking and not going to let up one bit. 9:20 to play in the football game. But boy, you just don't want to see someone get hurt in something like this too, as they've got the football game won. Sequim did some very nice things this summer as Boudreau running free down the sideline. He'll have the first down. Nice gain on 4th down for Eric Boudreau, or Justin Boudreau, I'm sorry. I've called him Eric a couple of times.
Well, Eric's down in Reno now. It's just Justin at home with his parents.
Around Eric for a lot of years on the basketball courts. Great kid, a lot of fun to be around. And now it's Justin's time, and we better give him darn well credit for it. Nice gain by Boudreau on that one. And the option this way with some opening, but Sequim defense reacting very well. And Mike Reese is there again, outstanding football. Sequim reacts to the ball so very, very well. Shuffling in a few players in and out now are the Wolves. And you just have to give credit to Sequim. Up and down that front line, the guys have done the job in the trenches, and then the guys up behind there have made the plays too. So
the linebackers have played an exceptional game tonight for Sequim.
Boudreau almost picked off there by Nathan Chavez. And then it almost got tipped up into the hands of Chris Darling. This will be 3rd down and 7 now for the Riders from the Sequim 28-yard line. Sequim will go to Forks next week. And the way these guys are playing, look out Forks. Kevin Konopaski split left. Casey Crum also over there. Chris Darling is wide right. 2 men in the backfield with Maycumber and Stimbert. No time, but Stimbert, it's completed short of the first down as Boudreau makes a nice throw, as Chris Lee was in there right away on Boudreau. That'll bring up 4th down and 3.
That's probably the toughest throw for any quarterback at any level, is if you're right-handed and running left. It's just really hard to get that back foot planted and get anything on the ball.
And especially when you've got a big lineman coming at you too. 4th down play for Port Angeles. 37-6 is the score. Sequim in the lead. And they go with the quarterback keeper, but he's hitting the backfield and Russell down, and he'll be short of the first down there. And guess who? Michael Reese is there once again. Incredible football game for that young man, offensively and defensively.
We had an excellent play by number 22 on Sequim, number 20, I should say. He actually tackled Adam Maycumber in the backfield, who was going to be the option, and Justin had nobody to pitch to. That's why he went down and went around.
Seven minutes to play in the football game. Sequim will take over on downs from their own 24-yard line. They've had 3 drives in this second half and 3 touchdowns. I think we have movement on the Sequim line, but we have a timeout on the field. Okay, so with 6:59 to play in the football game, 37-6, the Wolves lead. You're watching the high school game of the week on the Peninsula News Network.
The Peninsula Daily News sponsors the 2002 Port Angeles Sequim Game of the Week, supporting community sports and local television broadcasting.
Peninsula Bottling, local distributors of Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, 7-Up, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, and other products, have been here to serve the community since 1955. Jeff and Debbie Hines and the whole crew wish the teams from PA and Sequim the best. Peninsula Bottling, 311 South Valley, Port Angeles.
As Sequim comes up to the line after the timeout, 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. New quarterback into the game, and there's Mike Reese with another big run for 13 yards on the gain, as Tim Dosey is now in the lineup for Sequim, which I think is a good idea. Well, that Sequim offensive line has just manhandled the Port Angeles line. Those guys are doing a great job up front. Daniel Catton, number 51. Chris Lee, number 53. Right now in the lineup for Sequim is Matt Gallup, number 59 at left tackle. Definitely not giving credit to all of those guys. Good trap block up front. Good 3 or 4 yards on the play for Sequim. Matt Hall for Port Angeles, number 41, in on the tackle. And we've done a couple of plays in a row without a penalty, Tom.
That's right.
I shouldn't have jinxed anyone. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.